Hello and welcome to round 8 of the r/IndyCar iRacing League presented by Raceverse. So the grand finale at Gateway, or as the track's title sponsor would like it to be called, World Wide Technology Raceway. After 7 races that have brought 4 different winners, fastcarfan, avandesa, Dakness69, each with 2 wins, and Solar424 taking the win at the Crown Jewel event and at the Indianapolis 300, the championship winds down to fastcarfan versus avandesa at this tricky 1.25 mile short oval. Our previous short oval of the season, this was round 2 at Richmond, saw heavy attrition and a victory by fastcarfan. Let's see if he can do it again tonight, or can avandesa, who has been on a bit of a late season roll, take victory. We've got 13 points between the two, with fastcarfan in first and avandesa 13 points back. So there's 54 points on offer tonight between the pole, laps led, and just leading a lap and who led the most, and ultimately the victory. So we're running a little bit behind schedule. Qualifying is just starting. We'll have about 4 minutes of qualifying. We can have a quick look at the points here. So fastcarfan 287 points. avandesa in second place, 274. Julian Altena, who is having some internet connection issues tonight. I don't think he's going to make the race. He was over there in the Netherlands, so a little bit of physical gap there. And if you don't want to, say, join the race using a cell phone connection or anything like that. So Chops is in 4th position, Solar424, that Indianapolis winner, 173 points, and 5th position, Skugan. In 6th, Dakness, he's won twice this season, only came to 4 of the races, though. He'd have had a really good shot in this championship if he had attended all of the races. Cincy Gator in 8th, Thug Daddy, our admin here in the league, in 9th, Mouse for Life in 10th, LRGP in 11th, Jordan F1 in 12th, Upland Bird Hunter in 13th, K-Racer 52 had a pretty good race back there at Mid-Ohio until he had some late kind of spin, I think, near the end. Hoosier in the Big D in 15th as well. So I guess we'll just head on to looking at qualifying. How is everybody tonight out there in the YouTube world? I made sure to actually get my tweet out tonight. I always say I have a tweet set up that will go when the race goes live, but I always forget it every single week. We've got, see if we can see where avandesa says he put in a lap yet. Yeah, he is. He's on the track. Everybody in practice did put in a 24-second lap. It looks like he's done because he's hitting the pit lane. Skugan's out there on track. He was quick. So our fastest car in practice was fastcarfan. Avandesa, our second place in the championship, he was back in about 13th position, so I think he might not be the quickest car, at least in terms of raw pace on a qualifying lap, but he'd have been focusing on that race pace and keeping it clean for this race. This is going to be a bit of a race of survival. We had a practice session last night where we had quite a few incidents. This is a very tricky track. We're running the Majors Garage setup tonight. Skugan looks like he went P5. Looks like Crizzle Colts just finished his... We've got Severed on track. And I was looking at the clubs that these different drivers were part of, and I didn't realize this before, but it's not severed here, but I noticed Red Oblivion's from the UK club, so he's from Europe, and so is, who was it here? Oh, Wejabuti, Lorenzo. He's either in Spain or Portugal. It doesn't tell me which. It just says the Iberian club, which is Portugal or Spain. The Severed is a little bit slow. I think he's just trying to... Did he abandon his qualifying, or he's just trying to put in a really slow lap? That there's a strategy in that sometimes, just putting in a slow lap. Let's see, he just wants to be on the screen. Maybe he's watching the stream here. So yeah, who's your pick for tonight between Avandesa and fastcarfan? So neither of them are going to get that extra point for the pole position, as we have Dakness. He's 21 seconds. Here we go. Severed's gonna put that lap in. 1 minute. It's a little bit of corruption there, but a 1 minute lap apparently. A minute 2.728. Congratulations to him. Our slowest qualifier that would have actually put down a lap. Faden back there, it doesn't show, but he's in 18th. He also had some connection issues, and he says he's a little bit salty about that. Apparently a Comcast issue. Yeah, Alex out there says that he's an Avandesa fan. I wonder about that. As it looks like we are heading to the grid. So let's get some cars on the grid here. I think we should just have one pace lap tonight. Some of the short ovals, they'll do a couple pace laps. As we have Dakness 69 in first, Monty Gosham in second. Really good qualifying for him. fastcarfan in third. Demigod of Chops, our fourth place position in the championship, is also going to take fourth, and he's probably going to move up to third with Julian Altena not making the race. Skugen, a good qualifying in P5. Red Oblivion in P6. We've got Wejabuti in 7th. Avandesa, second place in the championship in 8th. Solar 424 in 9th. Thug Daddy, our admin, in 10th. K-Racer in 11th. Hoosier in the Big D in 12th. I see my ticker is in the way there. And then Prizzle Colts in 13th. Cincy Gator in 14th. Upland Bird Hunter in 15th. LRGP 39 in 16th. Severed in 17th, and Faden did not qualify, but apparently he'll be 18th, even though he's not going to be starting this race here. So we'll see these cars go around. Like I was saying, really good qualifying for Money. Did I say Monty Gosham? He's Monty Goes Ham. They corrected me a couple of races ago where he mentioned... family of his mentioned that that's not Monty Gosham, that is Monty Goes Ham. So he had a little bit of a struggle last race in Mid-Ohio. He ended up having too many incidents and having to be parked by race control. So he probably doesn't appreciate me talking about that, but you know, we'll ignore that, and he's starting second tonight. A little bit friendlier place for him on the ovals here, apparently. Now Dakness here, starting from the pole, he is kind of an all-around driver, I'd say. He's our winner back there at Mid-Ohio. He won at Road America. He did not win at the Charlotte Roval. That was taken by Avandesa. But he is showing that he... It's an all-around oval road course. Doesn't matter. He's good at it all. So we'll see. The pace car should duck in here. It's gonna be a last-minute kind of duck into the pits there with this little lane there. There we go. As Dakness brings us to the green flag, and we have green. And we'll see how we make it through the first lap here. Dakness is going to lead through turn 1. fastcarfan's going to take over second position, going low. And Monty Gosham turns it around. And I was keeping an eye on Avandesa there. If he could get through that first lap, it was very, very close. We're going to do a replay here. We have a caution, obviously, on the track. So I remember, I think it wasn't Gateway, but maybe Takuma Sato was like 4th. This was Phoenix, I think, a few years back. And he had crashed on that first lap. So let me go on board here. Avandesa, this is going to be scary. Monty Gozham spins ahead of him. We've got Demigod of Chops was also there. There might have been some contact just slightly on Avandesa there. Let me have a look. Let's go to Chops here. I'm sure he's not going to be happy. Let's see if we can figure out where he is at. So Monty has no rear wing. Red Oblivion not going to be happy either. It looks like he's damaged. He's in that Max Chilton Gallagher car. Can we see about Chops? So Chops is also pretty damaged. There are no fast repairs. Looks like our admin of the league, Thug Daddy's back here. He's got a new livery this week. He's running that Ari Lyondike 1990 Indianapolis 500 winner Domino's pizza car. He's usually running the Robbie Gordon Swift kart livery, but today he's running the Ari Lyondike livery. So Avandesa opted to not pit. His car looks okay. I felt like there was some slight contact there, but I'm not seeing anything in the side pod there. I don't see any front wing damage, so I think he's good. Same cannot be said for Chops here, our 4th place position. He might just be here in iRacing. If you have too much damage, they might tell you to park it as soon as you hit the pit lane. So his strategy might be to just drive around until they don't let him drive around anymore. Let's see, I don't have my overlay correctly here, so there we go. I'm showing my best lap, so let's go to our gaps here. So Dackness leads, fastcarfan and P2. Skugan moved up from 5th to P3. We got takers on pit lane. Pit stops are going to be about 45 laps, so we're looking at 2 to 3 pit stops. If somebody can really make that fuel last a long time, well, we've got a caution flag here, then they might be going further. We'll see how Chops can get his car repaired here. And this Voltic pistol car, his sponsor, his own company. Check it out on Steam, Voltic Pistol. Oh yes, and then we have the pit crew, the white clothed pit crew. This is like a new feature from iRacing here recently. And Chops looks like his car, aerodynamically it looks okay, but there could be, going on board, he could possibly have some issues with that suspension, and that will not be repaired by the iRacing crew. A nice night race here at Gateway, World Wide Technology Raceway. Well, we'll see if Voltic Pistol is a game on Steam. It is a Chops could explain it better than I could, but it is a steampunk platformer. It's a little bit of cyberpunk in it as well, apparently. Just search for that term on Google and then click on the Steam link, or go to Steam and search for it there. Unfortunately, I don't have the commercial set up tonight. A little bit different overlay than I'm usually running, and do not have that tonight. as we pace on the 5th lap of the race. We did not get... We were into the first corner before there was contact as the pace car ducks in, and Dakness is going to bring us back to the green flag, and hopefully we can get some green flag running. See, Thug Daddy back there is a lap down. Skugin's looking inside of fastcarfan from 3rd position. And we have Wejabuti, really good run on Skugin here, coming out of turn 2. And that Willpower Verizon livery, it looks really awesome in the lights here. Shiny livery here. As now Solar 424 looks inside of Skugin as well. As Avandesa's kind of running the middle lane there. And now Skugin looks to take that position back from Solar 424. Actually, that's not Solar 424, that is Wejabuti and the 5G car. Solar 424 is in that Haviland car. There's 2 distinct lanes that these drivers can take through this turn 1 and 2, and I suppose 3 and 4. It's a flatter corner, a wider corner though. As Avandesa is looking inside, he looks like he's just defending from K-Racer, as K-Racer is going to try to have a really good run off of turn 2. At this track, you know, the logical thing is to guard that inside lane going into turn 1 and 2, but that leaves you open for a car getting the outside lane and being able to power off that corner a little bit better. Fastcarfan is under pressure in 2nd place from Skugin. Skugin wants to make a bit of a name for himself. Not one of our winners from this season. We do see Solar 424. Basically, the top 4 drivers, 3 of those top 4 drivers have won races this season. As Solar 424 looks inside of Skugin. And Skugin's going to take that high line and power off the corner as we have... that is our 2nd place in the championship, has been spun there. It was K-Racer into the wall, heavy impact coming off of turn 2. Avandesa just cannot catch a break here tonight, but his car, for being a part of that incident, his car looks okay, but he's certainly going to be back as we are back to yellow flag. Let's get a replay of this one. They're just knocking him around. So Avandesa is looking inside of K-Racer. This is back in turn 3 and 4. The incident's going to come on here at turn 1 and 2. And they have Wejabuti in front of them, who was running in 5th position. So 2 cars go into turn 1 and 2. Avandesa, it looks like he just slid up the track a little bit on that exit of turn 2, and he ended up taking out K-Racer there. Let's get another look from K-Racer there. The K-Racer, he looks like he might be able to continue, but... yeah, there's just some contact from... and it looked like that was Hoosier and the Big D, and Cincy Gator also took a little bit of contact in that crash. But he does continue, so we'll see. Going back to live pictures. K-Racer looks okay. So all of our wrecked cars have pit from about... so everybody from 8th and on has made a pit stop in this race. From 1st to 7th have not. Cincy Gator here, who did look like he took a little bit of contact in that one. Not pitting. Either is Hoosier and the Big D. So second caution of the night. So we have, let's see, Chops here is, he's going to be in third position. If he could just finish this race tonight, he's going to be in third position in the points. But we're going to just, once they get back to green flag running, we're going to want to see if he is a lot slower than everybody else around, because he did take pretty heavy contact. And his suspension might be bent up from all of that. And of course, we're going to have to look at Avandesa as well and see how his laps end up being. He already has turned. We can look at best laps so far of the race. You can see everybody other than Chops has put in a pretty good lap, other than obviously those guys down there at the bottom. So pace car lights are still on, so we're going to be at least one more lap. So looking at the fastest laps, it looks like Solar 424 currently has that fastest lap. Let's hope we can get to some green flag running here. I have a feeling this race is going to come down to some pit strategy here. Once we get a really long green flag run, some of these guys that have pit early are going to be able to, you know, extend out maybe 10 laps from whenever Dak Ness here ends up pitting. So, obviously, fastcarfan currently leads. He'll be our winner of the championship if things keep going how they are. Pace car lights are out, so we're going to be going back to green here momentarily. So we started with 17 cars. Faden did not start this race. And we're down to 14 cars. K-Racer is a lap down. And I see that Thug Daddy is in the pits as well. Dak Ness brings us back to green flag here. You can see the cameras light up as Skugan looks inside of fastcarfan. And actually, Solar 424 is going to take over that third spot from Skugan. As Weija Booty also looks inside of Skugan, and Solar 424 looks inside and goes around fastcarfan and sets his sight on Dak Ness, it appears. Solar 424 looks inside of Dak Ness, going into turn 1. Comes out of turn 2. And they set their sights on turn 3 and 4, flat out. And he sees if he can get a run coming off of turn 4. Dak Ness looks to block low, trying to snake a little bit, but Solar 424 did not follow that line. And it's really difficult to complete a pass here and at Gateway in turn 1 and 2. Sometimes that outside lane in turns 1 and 2 can be the faster lane. But when you do that, you could be risking your car because that car on the inside might slide up into you. As Skugan is back there looking inside of fastcarfan. So Avandesa's moved up. His last lap was a 24.8, so even though he's been banged around a lot, his car still seems to be under him. The same cannot be said back here for Chops, who's running in 11th. His last lap, he's running kind of on his own. He's 5 seconds back, and he's running 25.3s. He should be running 24s, really, so heading back up to the front. leads. Dakness, Solar 424, fastcarfan, Skugan still putting some pressure. Dakness trying to snake down the front straightaway. Solar 424 is going to look inside. If Dakness is going to run low, I have to wonder if Solar 424 is going to force. As they come up to lap traffic, it looks like that is Hoosier and the Big D. This is going to be quite treacherous here. As Hoosier and the Big D let the leaders go by. T goes high. Let's see if everybody gets by cleanly here. So with that lapped car, the first lapped car that they've really encountered so far tonight, Dakness did gap a little bit, but it looks like Solar 424 is erasing that pretty quickly. And I see that fastcarfan's drop back slightly from Skugan now as K-Racer comes out of the pit lane. He's 3 laps down. As avandesa still sits back in 7th position, so we might be getting this green flag run. So if we get a green flag run, avandesa, he has pit. So he'll be able to extend this a little bit longer as we have Solar 424 looking inside of Dakness as they go side by side coming out turn 1 and 2 as Solar 424 contacts and takes out the leader of the race. That will put Skugan into the lead. Going for the lead, Solar 424. A little aggressive this early in the race to be making a move quite like that. As we get a replay of that. So Dakness was on the outside. He left a bunch of room, but Solar 424 just slides up into him. Similar to the accident that avandesa and K-Racer were in, where really Dakness and K-Racer ended up taking the worst of it. Dakness cannot be happy there, as you can see, Chops drives by. That car might be able to be repaired, though. We'll see how repairable that car can be. He's got that special crew there with the white clothes on and the posing guy in the middle there. We can see if they can repair that car. So Skugan leads. And from 5th back are hitting the pit lane. Well, as I said, a storyline in the pre-race. Our last short oval, that was Richmond, 3/4 mile track, had high attrition. This one so far is having a lot of attrition as well, and that was to be expected for the most part. It's a very tricky setup to drive. And when you get a bunch of cars out here needing that downforce, and the downforce on the front of your car is coming and going with the turbulent air, it is a difficult car to drive. So avandesa is running 4th position. He's only two positions back from fastcarfan. So this championship is still on. We'll see, quickly look. Pace car lights are still on. I wanted to see what Dakness. He is back on the track. Somehow. And he is lapped down. And 12th position, so that repair took a while for him to do. Our pole sitter. Solar 424, also involved in that crash. He had moved up from 9th to 2nd place, going for the lead. Now finds himself in 11th position. Hoosier in the Big D sitting on pit lane, getting some fresh tires, any repairs that he can. Cincy Gator's moved up nicely, biggest mover of the race, moving up from 14th position to 3rd. We also had Severed, who had not, he put in that minute qualifying lap. He had started 17th and he finds himself in 10th position. Pace car lights are out, so Skugan is going to find himself bringing us to the green flag in the next minute or so. Yeah, avandesa had that crash, then he pit, so he's got a little bit of extra fuel for these leaders. He's got, he's got 15 laps on the tires. Skugan, fastcarfan, and Cincy Gator have 30 laps on these tires. So they're gonna have to pit here. Probably another 20 laps with all this caution we've been having. As the pace car ducks in, and Skugan's gonna bring us back to the green flag. Fast car fan starting in P2. We'll see Skugan snakes low. It looks like avandesa back there in 4th position is going to try to take the high line on Cincy Gator. And they both spread out a little bit. It looks like Dak Ness is a little bit on a mission here. He was obviously a lap down from that incident back there, and he now is trying to pass avandesa here going into turn 1. It looks like he's putting the pressure on. He's gonna try to make that lap back. He's got full fuel. His car apparently is running not too bad considering the crash that he was in. It was a pretty heavy crash. It's a little bit as avandesa looks inside of Cincy Gator. Avandesa's got a little bit newer tires, as it looks like, so Dak Ness is gonna look on the outside of avandesa here. That high line is the fast line from what we can see. If you're gonna wanna make a pass, you're gonna try to make that car that you're following try to defend low going to turn 1 and you go high. I think that's the strategy here, really. As Skugan leads. Fast car fan was really low there in turn 2. They had to check up a little bit with Cincy Gator right behind him. As fast car fan, Cincy Gator and Dak Ness, who's a lap down, is the 4th car on the screen there, running in 12th position. As he looks outside on Cincy Gator, makes a really good move there. Now he's going to try to get around our championship points leader. I don't know if Fast Car Fan and avandesa is appreciating this lapped car having this run here in the middle of their championship battle. But I have to imagine that Fast Car Fan is just going to let Dak Ness go. Fast Car Fan has proven in the last several races that he knows how to, he has the right mind for winning a championship. He knows when to run. He has to run conservative, where he doesn't need to go for the win. He just needs to, I am talking about in the race, he just needs to be steady, bring his car home, and he'll be the championship leader. Oh, and we've got another crash here, as I could tell what was happening there. Dak Ness and Cincy Gator coming together. We've got a car upside down. And we'll get a replay of that. Again, it was overly aggressive Dak Ness and Cincy Gator fighting each other. Cincy Gator comes back again. He's got to think that this car is a lap down. It's not for a position. You don't really need to be fighting this car that hard. As even Avandesa gets into this. And Cincy Gator just slides up the track. Just like we saw. So Dak Ness is... He's going to have two cars come up on him tonight. And run a talent going into turn 2. As he's got that special pit crew, though. So we'll have to see. So Skugan has hit the pit lane. I think everybody's going to come down the pit lane, and we have Avandesa is now in what is pretty much third position, right behind fastcarfan. So this strategy is working out, you know, at least as much as Avandesa can control it. And he's going to have a little bit less fuel to put in his car here. We'll see if he can find any advantage from that. Skugan's going to make it out of the pits. Avandesa's already done with his stop. fastcarfan is going to beat him out, though. So we had Severed stay out. Chops has stayed out. Chops is certainly running slower laps, though, after his damage. He's still only run a... You can see fastest laps of the race. Pretty much everybody is in the 24s, other than Chops. It's 25.3, and Uplad Birdhunter as a 25.7. So I don't know, I would assume that Uplad Birdhunter there has taken some sort of damage in this race. Maybe in that first lap. This car looks okay, but again... Well, actually, you can see a little bit of damage on that right side pod there. So his car is damaged. He probably wants to make a pit. And Chops here stays out. So Severed stayed out a lap to lead a lap, and now Chops is out here. This is going to be an interesting restart. If Chops is out here in a little bit slower car because of this damage that he took on lap 1 through no fault of his own, I don't think. This will be very interesting because we have Solar424 in second place. Birdhunter there in the fourth. We have Skugan, who was leading, in P4. fastcarfan in P5. Avandesa in P6. I think that Dak Ness has called it a night. I have no... Okay, so Chops, maybe he's listening to the broadcast because he's going to hit the pit lane as he tests his brakes, apparently. Didn't want to pass the pace car and get a black flag. This is a tricky pit lane coming in, so you can get a penalty for passing the cars, including the pace car that are out there. We can see that Voltic pistol car. So Upland Birdhunter, he's going to get a lap lead too. And again, he's best lap of the race is a 25.7. Skugan's going to be all over him, I have to imagine. So I'm just looking at what pit strategy might be. We're on lap 40. They're on about 45 lap stints. That would take us to lap 85. And then they would still need one more pit stop. They need another pit stop to get to lap 140. So this could be quite interesting, how this is playing out. The Upland Bird Hunter is going to bring us back to the green flag here in this Team Penske livery. He's got side pod damage. This is going to be an interesting restart because I think we're going to see how long can Upland Bird Hunter stay in the lead, and I suspect it might not be very long with that damage that he has. Skugin's already looking on the outside. He's going to be in 4th position going into, he just pulls it down, in fact, a little bit dangerous. Some of those cars in the back don't know that he's doing that. I could see, I think that was Chops just catching up to him there. So hopefully alerted everybody. That was Solar 424 also as Chops goes around him, looking back at the lead. So it was a little bit dangerous there. As fastcarfan looks putting on the heat, he's in 2nd, trying to get around Skugin. Avandesa in the purple car in 3rd position as fastcarfan looks inside of Skugin into turn 3. And it looks like he's going to take the lead. He's going to get a valuable... he leads a lap, so he'll get a bonus point there. As now Skugin looks inside. And now Avandesa is going to look inside of Skugin as well. And he's going to complete that pass, but I can see Skugin's going to probably try to make a comeback going in turn 1 and 2, or he's going to let the leaders, who are the championship contenders, he might hold back a little bit and just race it real smart. I see Crizzle Colts has moved up quite a bit. He was donating to Riley Children's Hospital through quite a few of the races. I'm not sure if he's still doing that, but in the early races, for every position he gained from the back of the field, he would donate some amount of money to the Riley Children's Hospital. So hopefully he's still doing that. He's up quite a few spots tonight. So I can see Solar 424's last lap was a 25.9, so he might be struggling a little bit with damage as well. As we have Cincy Gator, we only have 10 cars left in this race, so we might get a lot of green flag running at this point with all those cars dropping out. It's not good for Avandesa that so many cars have dropped out, so if, say, fastcarfan happened to drop out of the race, at worst, fastcarfan's going to drop to 10th position, and I'd have to look at the matrix that Avandesa happened to create for us tonight to show where he'd have to finish ahead of to get into that. Looks like he's got a run here on fastcarfan. Avandesa looks inside. We'll see if he can make that move stick. He's going to drift up the track a little bit. fastcarfan looked like he was giving plenty of room to his championship rival. As now Skugin tries to come back from that. Skugin puts Avandesa under pressure, and now they're going in turn 1. Skugin looks inside. Looks like he's not going to be close enough to make that move work. As I see Crizzle Colts trying to take advantage on Skugin back there too. Wejabuti runs 5th. Severed runs 6th. LRGP runs 7th. Chops just kind of surviving back here, running 8th. Solar 424 and 9th. Upland Bird Hunter also just surviving. So actually Chops' last lap was one of his faster, or actually it wasn't his last lap, but he has set at least a faster lap than he had previously. As I see some movement up here at the front of the field. Skugin looking outside on Avandesa. I think Skugin's going to have the preferred line going in turn 1 here on that outside. He's going to be able to power it off that line, and yep, he makes that pass. And now Avandesa's under attack from Crizzle Colts. And in a moment, he'll be under attack from Wejabuti back there, too. We'll see if Skugen... So Crizzlecolts looks inside of Skugen now, going in turn 1. This thing is heating up. Whoa. That was... Crizzlecolts had to check up a little bit, and Avandesa had to accordion effect a little bit there. So now he comes under pressure from Wejabuti. I think Avandesa just thought, I don't want to be in that crash that's about to happen. As Skugen looks inside of fastcarfan, you can see, or you could hear, they were really backing out in that turn 1-2 section there, as these tires are now, I mean, they're not that old, but we've been running 15 laps on them. They're a little bit slower. They're about a half a second slower than they were at the start of the stint, as Skugen looks inside of fastcarfan. And Skugen has a pretty good run from that inside line. And Skugen's going to take the lead with Crizzlecolts, giving him a little bit of a slipstream effect to get around fastcarfan. Skugen's going to retake the lead. fastcarfan tries to come back on the outside. See if he can make that work on the outside lane. They're giving each other plenty of room. Smart driving by the pair. Side-by-side racing. Back through turn 3. Onto turn 4. Onto the front stretch. Skugen has a little bit better lead this lap than he had last lap, and he'll lead another one. Now fastcarfan's coming under attack from Crizzlecolts. Crizzlecolts, a really good run. Moved up 10 positions in this race. As I see Avandesa is actually under attack for that 6th position from the 7th place of LRGP. I want to keep my eye on what Crizzlecolts is doing here. I do see Wejabuti and Severed have, in 4th and 5th position have dropped back slightly. So I can have a look, show you guys what last laps everybody's running. So best laps were about a 24.6 for Skugen. He's a 25, and he's in clean air compared to everybody else back here. You can see those laps just get slower from everybody from first on, from that turbulent air. And obviously it says Solar 424 did a 5-second lap. I don't think that's very accurate. So he's actually on pit lane. We've got 9 cars currently on the track. Skugen's going to bring us around for a complete lap 60 momentarily. Just coming up another 10 laps, we'll be hitting halfway point in this race. fastcarfan has dropped back a little bit now from Skugen. About a half second back. Avandesa's kind of fighting back here with LRGP. So we'll go through the field. We've got Skugen in P1, fastcarfan in P2. Crizzlecolts, big mover in the race, up from 13th to 3rd. Wejabuti, Club Iberia there, started 7th, running 4th, under pressure now from Severed here. Now that is a big mover. He started 17th, he's up to 5th through all that attrition. Avandesa's running 6th, our 2nd in the championship. LRGP also, he's looking inside of Avandesa, but he's also a pretty big mover with all that attrition, up from 16th position to 7th. Chops back here, just surviving in 8th position. Uplad Bird Hunter, our last of our running cars, in the 9th position. As you can see at the top of the screen there, you can see Skugen catching up to Uplad Bird Hunter. We're going to see how that affects him. So he's running 25.2 laps, and as he gets into that toe of that turbulent air of Upland Bird Hunter, he's going to be a little bit slower. Actually, that last lap was a fast one. He was down in the 24s again. He's getting that draft now, but as he gets closer, Bird Hunter's gonna let him go. It's a good gentlemanly driving there by Upland Bird Hunter. You can see Bensi, fast car fan back there, is doing a 25.3, so 0.3 slower than Skugan. This is going to be a little tricky here coming on the straightaway. fastcarfan did a 25.6 there. Let me go back to our gaps here. You guys can see the field is starting to spread out here. I looked to Upland Bird Hunter back there. It looked like he might have brushed the wall. Hey, it looks like we've got Thug Daddy up here in the booth. How's it going, Thug Daddy? If he's got his mic set up and everything tonight. And of course, make sure to turn off your stream audio. As we're 3 laps short of the 70th lap. Halfway point in the race. Skugan leads. Wajabuti is putting some pressure on Crizzle Colts there. As Crizzle Colts has dropped back from fastcarfan. Avandesa's a little bit of an issue of some sort because his last lap was a 25.8. He might have brushed the wall or something. I certainly did not see it because LRGP, he got around him as well. He's kind of running comparative laps to Chops back here, who's just surviving for the most part. And I saw that Thug Daddy left the broadcast booth, so he might be configuring his microphone. We were trying to get him up in the booth last week, but unfortunately that did not happen. I was trying to get him in the booth this week so he can be our calculator of point standings. Just a little bit of onboard running here from fastcarfan, our championship leader. As we're 70 laps into the race, halfway point. He just needs to bring it home at this point. Just a 25-second lap here. He should be far enough away that that turbulent air shouldn't be affecting him as much, although he is a little bit slower than Skugan up there. You can see those cameras going crazy up there in the front straightaway stands. Spectators. So fastcarfan's shifting 4th. He's in 6th now, back down to 5th. And he's gonna take it down the front straightaway. He's gonna shift back up one more time to 6th. And I saw last lap he shifts down from 6th to 5th to 4th in the 1st and 2nd corner, and then brings it back up. Going back to Avandesa here, so LRGPs. I wonder if Avandesa is maybe saving a little bit of fuel, possibly? As I see that LRGP, at least for my stream, has possibly disconnected or something, because he disappeared up there. There he's back. So he blinked a little bit. Try another camera angle here. I haven't used a lot of these. This is from the left front suspension. You can see that suspension really moves. As Skugan leads, lap 75. They are currently 38 laps into their stint. This is about a 45 lap stint. We'll see how long they can pull it, but the way this is currently running, it could end up being a green flag run to the end here, possibly. I don't want to jinx it. And if that is the case, then this race could be about the access lane, pit access lane at this track is super difficult, very tricky. So the race could be coming in and out of the pits and making it safely. So Bug Daddy sent me a message here. So he's got some sort of key binding issue. So I think he might be, this is our admin of the series, might be ready to go on the microphone now. Hey Thug Daddy, how are you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So how are you doing? You had some issues early on. You were involved in that first lap incident. Obviously not good for your race, but not good for, it was Monty Gozham, I think, that started that spin. He was unhappy with himself, it looked like.
Yeah, so I actually avoided his spin, but I got caught up in the other car. In the other cars involved with it.
Yeah, I think Chops had got spun. He took the most damage from the whole thing, it appeared. Somehow Avandesa survived getting through all of that. I was like seeing that race just like go right away, the championship battle go away. He's been in like 2 or 3 accidents, not well, one of them he did slide up a little bit, but there were a couple other incidents he was involved in that were no fault of his own for sure. He's got pushed around a little bit, but he's still surviving out there.
Yeah, so what do you think? Is he on a fuel saving strategy or what?
It has to be fuel saving, or he's brushed the wall at some point in time. We'll see. He's currently, everybody from 1st to 7th are 43 laps on their stint. I think 45, 46 is pretty much the max you can go. But we'll see. If he can make it a couple laps more and the caution comes out, that could put him in a really good position, but he's got to do some strategy to get to the front here, so that's what he's doing. I can see Skugan has built up a 4-second lead, so he's certainly not fuel saving over fastcarfan.
Yeah, I was running with him in practice last night and in tonight too, and he showed a lot of good pace, consistent laps, lap after lap. He wasn't the fastest, but he was consistently pretty fast.
As I see, LRGP has hit the pit lane. And I was saying, I don't know if you heard me saying that this pit lane, both entry and exit, could be really tricky for everybody out here. So, as I see somebody else, I think it was maybe going around Demigod of Chops there. Yeah. It was Severed and Wajabuti. If I'm saying that correctly, is that good enough for you? I have no idea how to say that name, but
it's better than I would say it.
Yeah,
so.
I just looked at it one time and I thought, hey, that's Wajabuti, so I'm gonna say that until he corrects me. So LRGP made it out of the pit lane unscathed. It looks like, so we're on 47 laps into the stint, so they went 1 lap and Skugan hits the pit lane entry. It looks like fastcarfan also coming down pit lane, Crizzle Colts, Wajabuti, and so is Avandesa, so he did not do any fuel saving there. Severed is going to take over the lead momentarily anyway. He is going to go a little bit, coming into the pit lane now. I think there might have been Chops ahead that was also coming down the pit lane. So again, it's going to be a story about who can get off this pit lane. Is there any issue coming off pit lane? I had run a race maybe a month or so ago, where I got sideways coming into the pit lane. Luckily did not crash, but certainly lost a second or two. Skugan is off the pit lane correctly. Looks like everybody's coming off pit lane. No issues. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised, so that's good driving by the drivers in this field. So Skugan's going to retake the lead there. And we'll see where he comes up, because it was about 4 or 5 seconds he was in the lead. Trying to see my intervals, see if they can update to see how far. It looks like fastcarfan is now 6 seconds behind, so it looks like Skugan got a little bit better run off of the whole pit lane cycle there. Yeah, I see actually fastcarfan had a 10.6 second stop and Skugan had a 9.7, so that's that extra second there. iRacing crew doing whatever it does to give you a second difference in that whole thing there. As Skugan leads, we've got fastcarfan, our championship leader, and P2. We're coming up on 90 laps. Skugan will lead lap 90. We'll have 50 laps to go. If they run green flag to the end, we could see that was 47 lap stint. These guys are all going to have to pit with about 4 or 5 laps to go if we go green to the end. We've only have 9 cars running from the 17 cars that started this race. So with that extra lap that Sever did, it looks like he's dropped back to 7th. So Avandesa did get around him. But Avandesa can kind of... I have to imagine that he's kind of seeing this championship fade away from him at this point. But he's out of the pits and he's running a 25-2. Everybody else is either... Well, we've got one guy, Chrysocolt's in the 24s. It might just be due to traffic. So Chrysocolt's back here, according to my data, and actually Chrysocolt's is looking inside of fastcarfan. He's trying to look for that second position, as they both give each other plenty of room coming out of turn 2. Hey Thug Daddy, if you're still there, do you know if Chrysocolt's is still doing his donation thing to, I think it was Riley Children's Hospital, but I don't recall if he's still doing that or not.
Yeah, I haven't seen that he's been doing it lately. He may be, I just haven't seen anything about it.
Yeah, because that was obviously a storyline that I was following, but I didn't get confirmation whether he was still doing that or not, because he certainly donated a lot early in the season. Good on him. As he looks inside once again on fastcarfan. This time he's trying into turn 3, and he also has Wejabuti and that Willpower Verizon 5G car. And actually, Chrysocolt's is going to be a little bit smart there, and he lets Wejabuti go by. We figured just let that guy go by. He's going to be a little bit aggressive. Don't need to crash. And he'll let Wejabuti see if he can get around fastcarfan. As fastcarfan, so Skugan is now a 7.5 second lead over fastcarfan. So he's just dominating this race at this point. Hey, any thoughts from race control and the admin on some of the incidents in this race? We had some cars sliding up the track, taking some different people out.
Yeah, there was a little aggression early on from a couple drivers. One who might be in the championship running too.
Indeed. So now Weija Booty's trying to put some pressure. I think Crizzle Colts is kind of being the gentlemanly driver and not putting too much pressure on Fast Car Fan. But Weija Booty, I don't know if he cares too much because he's pressuring Fast Car Fan a little bit here.
Yeah, if I were Fast Car Fan, I would probably let these two cars go by and let them battle it out.
Yeah, literally, that's exactly. And I think I was saying it earlier during the broadcast as, well, we're on lap 99. We got one more lap and then we got up to 100. But Fast Car Fan, really the last 3 or 4 races since Indianapolis, he's known to how to drive this race that just gets him to the end, but it gets him to the end on the podium, and really smart driving by him. Like, he knew he doesn't have to win it. Like the race, he doesn't have to win the race, and that will win him the championship, because that's the ultimate prize there. So Avandesa back here, he's 17 seconds back from Skugan. And Severed is 22 seconds back, so he's going to be getting lapped here momentarily by Skugan as I look on a wide angle as Severed comes out of turn 4, and then we can see Skugan come out of turn 4 behind him in that red and black car as he completes lap 100, actually lap 102 at this point. These laps are ticking away fast now. It's going to be really interesting if we have pit stops with 4 laps to go, because the pressure is going to be on those pit stops for everybody. Skugan thinking about his first win maybe in this. I don't want to jinx it. First win in the r/IndyCar iRacing League.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Again, if I were a Fast Car Fan, with pit stops, I would just take it nice and easy.
Yeah, exactly. Fast Car Fan was fast in practice. Avandesa was a little bit slower in practice, both yesterday and today. I was a little bit surprised, but I figured that he's just trying to be consistent, kind of like what you were saying about Skugan here, as actually Weija Booty looks inside a Fast Car Fan, and Fast Car Fan looks like he's going to let him go. Or maybe he won't, and he'll try to come back here. Because it is certainly risky having a car in front of you, because as we saw in practice, we had cars losing it at times in turn 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, so if you're too close to their gearbox, there isn't much you can do to get out of the way of that accident. Fast Car Fan just has to be smart here. I really like how this Verizon 5G car looks under the lights here at World Wide Technology Raceway. I see Dak Ness asking about lap time, so I can look at last lap. Skugan is in the 25-second lap. Weija Booty's back in a 25.4. So these two battling each other are just battling and running 0.4 of a second lap slower than the leader is. Dak Ness there had a really good car for this race, though, before he got taken out there. So it looks like Fast Car Fan did drop back a little bit here. As now I say he dropped back, it looks like he's gonna have a run, but I would imagine that he's just gonna drop back even more. No, he did look inside for a moment, and then he thought better of it. If he's listening to the broadcast, or his family is telling him, "Hey, you're fighting with Weisha Booty out here, and you guys are running 0.2 of a lap slower than the leader while you're battling." That lead for Skugan, as we look at him for a moment, is up to 11 seconds. These are 25-second laps, so he's almost halfway around compared to everybody else out here. "25 laps into the stint, so another 20 laps, 22 laps maybe, and they'll be on pit lane. I wonder if... So Severed back here in 7th. He did just go about a lap down, but he's running around doing... One lap he did was a 26-second lap. I wonder if he was our last guy to pit. I wonder if he thinks he can make it to the end or something like that without pitting, but he's dropped back so far that he wouldn't be able to gap Skugan at that point. I'll go back to my intervals here rather than fast laps. Let's see, Skugan's about to put 12 seconds on Weisha Booty. There it goes. As he completes lap 113. Solar 424 has completely gotten out of the car, it looks like. He's been out for a while in terms of not on the track, but I can see he's actually out now. So we only have 9 cars running. I'll do it through the field here with about 25 laps to go. Skugan in P1, Weisha Booty, and fastcarfan still battling here. So Weisha Booty in 2nd place, fastcarfan in 3rd. Although it looks like he's taken over 2nd position as we say that. LRGP is in 4th. I'm going to stay on this camera here for a moment as Weisha Booty thinks better of that. So LRGP here in 4th, so really good run for him coming up from 16th position to start the race. Frizzle Colts back here, started 13th, running in 5th. Avandesa started 8th, running 6th, our 2nd place in the championship. Championships, he's seeing that championship fade away from him with only 24 laps to go. Severed here started 17th, running 7th, so also made up a lot of laps. Chops here has just been surviving since that first lap incident. He's in 8th, and Upland Bird Hunter, I'm not exactly sure where he had his issue, but he's got some side pod damage, and he's running in 9th, 3 laps down. As I see Weisha Booty's dropped back a little bit from fastcarfan at this point. Maybe they're thinking about fuel saving. I'm not sure what they would be thinking because I don't think anybody can make it to the end. It'll be 22 laps. They would be taking the best guy on fuel saving was Severed, and he made it 48 laps, and that would be 4 or 5 more laps than that. I don't think anybody can do such a thing like that. Fastcarfan's coming up on Upland Bird Hunter. Upland Bird Hunter gets out of the way. Let's both fastcarfan and Weisha Booty go around him. I see Avandesa has caught up to Crizzle Colts here. There was a little bit more of a gap earlier in the race, and Avandesa's caught up. He's only 9/10 back. Crizzle Colts is only 9/10 back from LRGP. Did get around him at some point in time. I wonder if Crizzle Colts might have brushed the wall or has a little bit of damage, because he was up there fighting with fastcarfan and Weisha Booty when this green flag run started. He also, LRGP had a little bit of some connection issues at one point in this race, because he blinked out at one point. Grizzly Colts just staying on the gearbox of LRGP as they just finish lap after lap, and they're waiting to get to that pit window and make that pit. Actually, if I was out there and I thought that this was going to go green to the end, I might pit right at this moment and try to undercut somebody, like Grizzly Colts here undercut, or even Avandesa undercut somebody here. That's what I'd be thinking anyway. But of course, if you do that undercut and then the caution comes out, then you're completely hosed on that particular strategy. So actually, not that it's much, but that lead, okay, there it ticked back up, but that lead that Skugan had ticked down slightly, but there it ticked right back up to 12 seconds. 15 laps to go for Skugan here. I don't know how many laps he's led, but it might be the most out here tonight. Dakness led a lot of laps early. But Skugan, after that last caution, he's dominated since then. So we've had some pretty consistent viewership tonight for this championship race. Family and friends. We didn't have Hay Racer in this race. I know he usually has a lot of support in the crowd, but fastcarfan probably, and well, fastcarfan, Avandesa, and Chops usually have the big support. As I see, LRGP has hit the pit lane, but he did slide through his pit box. So that's going to be a little bit of a delay on him. Hopefully he doesn't put too much fuel in the car. Did it an 8.9 second stop. First of our takers for pitting here. Now he can make it to the end. So we'll see how the strategy works. He wants to stay ahead of Grizzly Colts and Avandesa. That's the strategy there. And he's coming out of the pits in front of Chops, the other lapped car of Upland Bird Hunter, and actually Severed as well. Actually, with that said, Chops is going inside. It's a little bit slow getting up to speed by LRGP. And fastcarfan's going to come up to this lap traffic as well. He might want to hit the pit lane if he's going to be in this lap traffic. Oh no, wow. Yeah, on the cold tires. Do we have a caution? We do have a caution. Right in front of the championship leader, right? Wow. Let's see what happened there. That was LRGP on... I lose him on my leaderboard here. Where'd he go? There he is. He's still surviving. His car's crabbing a little bit. Let's look at a replay here. So he comes out of the pits. He had let Chops go by, and he's got fastcarfan right behind him, and he's a little low and just loses it. Maybe he didn't reset his tools, like if he was running weight jacker or had changed the ARBs. Maybe he hadn't changed them after the pit, and got himself caught out there. And now everybody's going to be in the pits. Skugan's 12-second lead here is gone. According to my information, Avandesa might have stayed out. Oh, he's getting that extra point, I suppose, is what he wanted to do. So he stayed out and led a lap. We only have 9 laps to go. There's certainly going to be a green flag. and a couple more laps. Chops is going to get his lap back, possibly. And it looks like avandesa got that lap led, and he's going to relinquish the lead back to Skugan. So we kind of know that fastcarfan, I think he'll play it smart, and he's not going to try to take the lead over from Skugan. At least that's my theory on that. But Weishabuti back here in third, I don't think he cares one way or another. So he's going to probably, on this restart, going to want to get by fastcarfan and try to take on Skugan here. Get that victory. Well, lap-wise, that might have been... there's a chance that might have been our longest green flag run of the season, because obviously the Pocono race went 80 laps green, but that might have been more than 80 laps green. So somebody out here is burning some fuel. I don't know who that is. That looks like avandesa. Yeah, let's go on board with him. Yeah, that sounds like he is trying to burn some fuel here. So I don't know if he accidentally took too much fuel at that pit stop. We only have 8 laps to go. Certainly don't need much fuel. I think the lights, are the lights out on the pace car? Yes, they are. So we're gonna be going green, and then we're gonna have about 6 laps, and we're gonna see if we can keep it green to the end. I think Weishabuti there is the wild card. Maybe Severed as well. Grizzlecolt seemed like he didn't want to get involved in the championship battle. Obviously, Skugan wants to win this race too. Just trying to look here. 13 points is what would have been the difference between the two, and what if avandesa tries to be really aggressive as we come back to the green flag. Skugan. Doesn't look like anybody was too aggressive on that restart. I was thinking they might be a little bit more aggressive than they are, but fastcarfan, Skugan leads, fastcarfan's P2, Weishabuti is going to be looking, everybody's on fresh tires, of course. Maximum grip, we've got 135 laps of rubber just about laid down on this track, plus the practice time. fastcarfan, so he looks low, he snakes down the back straightaway. Weishabuti's gonna look outside into turn 3. Grizzlecolt looks inside of Weishabuti. And we'll see if they can make this work going into turn 1. As fastcarfan might be thinking he wants to both win the race and win the championship. As avandesa is back there in 5th, trying to figure out how he can get around these 2 cars of Weishabuti and Grizzlecolt. He takes over that 4th position. Looks on to Grizzlecolt. We have only 4 laps to go. I have to imagine that these guys are just giving it all that they have at this point in this race. Avandesa looks inside. The Grizzly Colts completes the pass. And now Avandesa is right on fastcarfan's gearbox. He's looking a little bit low. This might be a little bit early for this. fastcarfan's gonna have a little bit better drive coming off the corner here. Again, snaking down the back straightaway. Now Avandesa's gonna have a pretty good run coming onto the front straightaway here. As we come to 2 laps to go. So we have 5 cars within basically a half second of each other. That's doesn't happen too much at the World Wide Technology Raceway. Skugan leads. fastcarfan P2, Avandesa P3. White flag from the starter stand. Avandesa looks inside of fastcarfan. fastcarfan lets him go, it looks like, and then, whoa, he's gonna come back. And now he looks, fastcarfan looks inside, going into turn 3. Skugan is gonna take the victory here at World Wide Technology Raceway. Congratulations to him, as we have fastcarfan taking the championship, and P2, Avandesa made it back up to 3rd position. Good run for him at the restart there. Grizzly Colts, great run for him. Starting 13th, finishing 4th. Wei Djibouti started 7th, finished 5th. As we have some fireworks. I wish I had a good camera angle to get those fireworks, but I do not. And I bet we're going to have some donuts. Maybe we'll have donuts both by fastcarfan and Skugan. Yeah, let's see if we can get... Yep, we have donuts coming by fastcarfan, our championship leader here. Championship winner. Not just the leader anymore. Really good run by him tonight. Congratulations to Caleb Bensi. I see Skugan wanted to get in on that party too, the victor here. Apparently decided to crash his car a little bit, but it's still good enough for some donuts here. I don't know if that car is going to make it through tech now. As fastcarfan makes it to his box here. I don't know if that was a legal move there. So we're going to get an interview. Give us one moment here. And we are back. I'm going to pull up our championship winner momentarily here. So, fastcarfan, we've got you in the booth. Congratulations on your championship in the r/IndyCar iRacing League.
Oh, man, thank you. That was not the finish I was expecting there, but oh, man, glad I could hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you've proved in the last half of the season, I would say since Indianapolis, is that you knew how to drive a championship drive. You won the first 2 races of the season, and you were in the lead. I don't think, obviously you were never not in the lead of the championship from there. So you knew how to do that.
Yeah, especially the last few races. They've been tricky tracks and everything. I definitely could have pushed a little harder there, try to keep up with Coogan. But yeah, just trying to hang on and not make any stupid mistakes. And yeah, I can't believe it. That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of attrition there early in the race. Were you involved? Like, I'm not saying involved, but was any of that spinning in front of you? Because avandesa certainly had he got knocked around a little bit, but somehow his car it still looked pretty good. So
yeah, the first one with Dackness and I don't know who else was battling for the lead.
Yes, that's right.
Through there.
Yeah.
And then LRGP or something like that just happened to randomly spin right in front of me, and I know that was a really close call. But yeah, that was both of those calls were a little too close than what I wanted, but made it through clean and put together at the end.
I bet you saw the championship flash before your eyes at that point.
Oh yeah, heart rate definitely picked up there.
Hey, I told you I was going to ask you this question. So, what does willpower smell like?
Well, honestly, I wish I could tell you, but I had a mask on. Yeah, that was a pretty cool experience, though. Have a good talk with him. Maybe that's some of this oval talent rubbed off there.
Yeah, he really, originally he's the road course guy, and then I think he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, and Ed Carpenter had made a comment about, hey, willpower always loses championships or ovals or something like that, and since then he has been the guy, right? So on ovals, like he made it his mission. So
for sure, got the big one.
Yeah, so I guess you don't have the champ or a win on the oval yet, right? But
no.
You know how to win championships. That's what it takes. So
sure.
Congratulations on the championship here. Really good run. And that, not much more I can say about that. You did great in the league here.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Again, just want to thank all my family, friends, girlfriend, everyone who continues to watch every week. I know they were all pretty excited for this one. So hope you guys all stayed for the whole thing and celebrated like I did.
Well, I don't know. I don't think you drink milk for tonight. Maybe you could have something else.
Something, yeah.
Yeah. So congratulations again, and good run tonight. Very, like I said. What was your thought? Were you going to go for the win on that, or are you just going to be conservative on that?
No, I couldn't get a run off turn 2. I got the run off turn 4, and being on the inside of turn 1 and 2, you had to really, really try to make it stick, and it easy to get freight train.
Yeah, the strategy is almost to like hope somehow the person blocks you going into turn 1, and then like you stay high. That's but people are
Scoogan didn't budge on that. So I mean, I just wanted to stay safe, not make any stupid moves that could risk me wrecking or falling back. So yeah.
Well, congratulations, man. So I'll send you back to the room, and you can have your celebration with your family and your friends.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, take care of yourself.
Thanks. You too.
Yep. We've got Alex up here in the booth. Congratulations on 3rd place. Maybe not the race that you wanted here. The 2nd place in the championship.
Yeah, definitely disappointed about the championship. I don't know how I got 3rd in this race. Like I had a broken front wing for about half of it. So I got caught out by somebody slow off of 2 and just ran up into them. We didn't wreck, but it definitely slowed me down a lot. But
yeah, during that long green flag run? Because I did notice that you were a little bit slower, but I couldn't tell that there was any wing damage, at least on the broadcast. But yeah, that's good to know. Yeah,
it was during the long run. I was up front, and then we were in a pack. Somebody was slow off of 2, and I just bumped his rear. I knew right away, like once we hit 3 and 4. So I got the tools, so it was comfortable, but I just had no top speed. And then got lucky with that caution right at the end. Was able to fight my way back through.
Yeah, I mean, you had it wasn't easy for you because you were involved with several crashes. through no fault of your own, really. Did you made it? Did you make it through unscathed on that first lap accident, or did you get knocked around in that one? I think you did.
Yeah, no, I made it all the way through. I don't know how.
Yeah.
No X's, no damage or anything. I kind of, I mean, that one was just, nothing I could do about that. But the rest of them, I kind of put myself in, dangerous situations that I probably could have avoided. But
yeah,
live and learn.
You gotta go. You were going for the championship, and you knew that you had to make up 13 points somehow, some way. And as cars dropped out of the race, it became even more difficult because, like a worst case scenario, fastcarfan crashes out, he's going to be in 9th or something, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit more difficult to win that from, but he knew how to run this one. So he was in control the whole season. Hats off to him. He did an amazing job every single race. Anybody you want to thank out there? Obviously friends and family and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, thanks to my family for supporting me, and thanks to Chris for putting on an incredible season. Really, really looking forward to season 2 coming up in December, I think. And and thank you to you, Matt, for doing the broadcasts.
Yep, no problem. I've really enjoyed being part of this league. If I wasn't broadcasting it, I would have been running in it. That was the plan originally, and then I just had this idea of doing the broadcast, and I brought that to Thug Daddy, and luckily, I think that really helped the league here. We've actually been noticed in Race Spot broadcasts. They've mentioned that, the r/IndyCar iRacing League and the race versus broadcasting of it, so
that's awesome.
Quite good. Yeah, so well, congratulations on second place in the championship. You'll have to take it to we'll see if Dak Ness comes in and does a full season, because he's going to be a big competitor. And if you and fastcarfan take it in the second season and take this rivalry, friendly rivalry, I imagine, into the second season.
For sure. Yeah, looking forward to it. Darkness will be a threat. And hopefully we get, even more cars for next season.
Yeah. Julian was not in here tonight because he had some internet issues, so.
I heard, yeah.
Either that or he fell asleep.
Probably both.
It was probably internet issues, and then, he fell asleep. So anyway, I want to get talk to Skoogin. I haven't talked to him, so you have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks. Hey, Skoogin, at least that's what I'm going to call you. Shane Coogan here. Congratulations on your victory here. First victory of the season at Gateway. How does it feel?
It feels great. Thanks. It's it's tough to win one of these things, and I just want to tip my hat to the championship winner, fastcarfan, and everybody else. Really good quality group of drivers out there, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun today.
Yeah, we had a lot of contact early. You survived through it all, it looks like, and unscathed.
Yeah.
I
just barely.
I don't have the stat, but I suspect you led the most laps. Dagness led a lot early, but I suspect you led the most out here.
Yeah, we were, clean air is really important in track position at this track, and I love it. It's a really tough track. 1 and 2 is like, 190 mile an hour road course corner, and if you hit it just right, you can get a good run. But yeah, I didn't want to interfere with the championship there, but I also, wanted to go for the win. So I'm glad that it came down to those guys kind of duking it out. And but yeah, man, it was tough to dodge some of those moves early were a little rough, and we just barely got through.
Yeah, with this setup is a really aggressive setup, and with the weight jacker and ARBs and all that. Were you really messing with any of that kind of stuff tonight?
Right. Oh yeah, I was all over him, and especially trying to make moves. It's corner by corner, changing stuff. But I think that's cool, and you can get the car in a window, and you can really get in your groove. And felt good, man. Love this track, and I can't wait to come back and run again with these guys.
Yeah, I love this track. So I think the next season won't start till about December. So you're definitely planning to be part of that.
Yeah, I definitely make as much as I can, and it's a fun league, man. It's I had good runs going at Indy and Pocono. They don't all pan out the way you want, but it's just great to finally get a result. You have the speed, but it's tough to kind of get the result there. But feels really good, and we'll take it.
You had a good run. I'm thinking back to Richmond. You had a pretty good run there. I don't know where you ended up, but I remember you being near the top there as well, at least during the race. I don't know if maybe.
Yeah, I can't remember honestly. Maybe it probably didn't end too well, but again, another position tracker. If you can qualify up front, you got a shot, and just try to be there at the end. I was a little worried about fuel there, but man, that yellow was kind of a weird thing at the end, but we managed to stay up front. But it was a great race.
Yeah, there was only one other car, I think Severed, if that's how you say his name, that he made it one lap more than everybody, and he led a lap or two. But you were the class of the field here tonight. Dakness might disagree, but but you were.
I was looking forward to trying to get up there with him, but it's you got to make really high percentage moves, especially into 1 and 2, and it's just so tricky. But thankful we made it through, and he's really fast. So I don't know, that would have been an interesting race.
Yeah, he is, and he's really good on the road courses. So as you were saying earlier, that turn 1 and 2 is kind of that road course corner. And so I had to imagine that he was going to be really fast here. So we'll see if you can take this win and bring it into the new season, take that momentum into the new season, and maybe you can put on a championship run.
That's the idea. I mean, it's always fun to be up there, and like I said, I think we had some good runs, just didn't pan out, But it's always about working on the consistency, and I feel like that's made some progress on that this season. So we'll try to fight for the big one next time.
Well, congratulations on the victory here. This is a really good IndyCar track, so this is like one of the ones to win on, right? So
it's great. I love the classic circuits, and I can't wait for next season. But thanks Matt for doing the broadcast, and Thug Daddy for putting the lead together. Again, really great group out here. So can't wait for next time.
Anybody else you want to thank? Actually, that was my other question. I always ask everybody.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to my brother Hoosier in the Big D. He's far better driver than me, and he's great. He kind of got me back into iRacing a couple years ago, and I live out in California now, so it's great to go to race him and just this group. It's a lot of fun. So
cool.
Shout out to him and anybody watching. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right, you take care of yourself.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Yep. So we've got an extra Chops here in the booth. Usually we have Julian Altena in the booth as like extra interview. He always comes in, but this week we've got Chops, who finished third in the championship. At least this is what you're claiming.
That's right. Yes. Yeah, I've got it all tallied up, and yeah, I got third. Only because Julian wasn't here tonight.
Yeah, so he had some internet connection issues. Tell me about your race. So you were involved in that first corner accident. I'd have to go back and see a replay of it, but did you actually? So Monty spun. He kind of spun on his own. Obviously, everybody checked up, and then did you actually just kind of check up and spin on your own as well? And then
I would have spun out anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. If he didn't spun out, I would have spun out. It made no difference. That was just a very unfortunate incident by us two. And then I got clipped by someone else, and it kind of set me straight, but I didn't want to get right back in the throttle. And then ended up taking out some other cars with me. But
well, as long as you did not take out fastcarfan and avandesa, I think you were probably okay.
So I only had aero damage, didn't have any suspension damage, but just a little bit of engine damage that just kept me out of it.
Okay, because I kind of assumed, and I can't really ever tell on the broadcast, if somebody has suspension damage. So I assumed that you had suspension damage, but because I could definitely tell that your fastest lap in the race was a 25.1. Everybody else that like really completed did a lot of laps was in a 24 second lap. So yeah, you were a little slower than everybody. But that's what it was, engine damage.
Yep, but I stuck in there and was able to take it home 7th.
Yeah, I mean that's a good run. And third place in the championship. So I think we're looking at December for the start of the second season. Anything you're going to do between now and the second season to like get yourself prepared or whatever it might be?
No, I'm just gonna. I got your league on Sundays, and then I'm just gonna. I don't even know if I'm gonna touch iRacing outside of that. I'm just gonna focus on anything else, and then come back to this with just a fresh, new, clean slate, no momentum, just hit the ground running, man.
Yeah, no driving some NASCAR or something like that, and then you might get screwed up with driving one of those and not remember how to drive an IndyCar.
Oh yeah, that happens.
So anybody you want to thank out there? Unfortunately, I did not have the Voltic pistol commercial tonight set up. I had updated my overlay, and I did not have the commercial. I apologize.
That's okay. I got something new to announce real soon, probably next month. Keep an eye on Matt's Sunday leagues, and you'll see what I can announce soon. Or follow me on Twitter at Sunset Arctic. I want to give a shout out to Alyssa and Kyle. I know they were watching my squad. They like the spam chat. They're pretty cool. Michael and Jeff and Kevin, they were watching too. So yeah, that's about it for me.
Yeah, we're all good here at Race First on the spam chat because that's called engagement. And somehow, in the magical YouTube algorithm, that is a good thing. So
yes.
Yep. Well, again, congratulations on third, and we'll see you in the Sunday leagues. Thanks for the shout out there as well. For our Sunday leagues every 2 weeks on at noon on Sundays, like you were just saying. And the next race, I don't remember what day would be Sunday. It's not this Sunday, but it's the following Sunday. We're doing Summit Point in the IndyCars because as the scheduler of that league, I'm a bit of a crazy person. So there you go.
I like
All right. Well, you take care of yourself. Have a good night. Congratulations on third and preventing Julian, my driver in the league, from getting a podium championship position.
I'm sure he'll get a win real soon. I know I will. All right. Take care, Matt.
Yep. Thanks. All right. Well, that is our championship. The r/IndyCar iRacing League. fastcarfan takes the championship. Congratulations to him. Thank you to Thug Daddy for putting on this league and choosing Raceverse as the broadcasting partner. We're going to be running, as we've said in the broadcast, in December, where there's still some details to iron out exactly what we're doing. But subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, hit the like button, all you want, and we're going to be hopefully broadcasting back here in December. And I've really enjoyed being part of this league. This is the first league I've broadcasted, and I really appreciate Thug Daddy, taking a chance on a new broadcaster out here. I try to do my own custom overlay and everything like that, and try to do everything kind of my own way in this league. I have YouTube experience, but never any broadcasting of racing experience other than being like a major IndyCar fan. So I appreciate everybody viewing these races and the engagement in the chat. Been really happy to have this league and tweeting out pictures of the cars and the results and everything. And just congratulations to everybody in this league. It's been great to be a part of the league as the broadcaster, and I'd really like to be out there racing with these guys. It's at the first race of the season. It was a little bit tough to be in the booth here, but I run a lot of iRacing stuff otherwise in the IndyCar, so doing it, being off track one night a week or 2 nights a week was okay for me to do. So again, congratulations to fastcarfan. Avandesa there in the 2nd position in the championship, 3rd position tonight. Chops there, 7th position tonight, but 3rd position in the championship. As I pull up his car here in the Voltic pistol car. Check that out on Steam, Voltic pistol. And Julian Alton, not here tonight. He's my driver. I don't have any pictures. He's sleeping in the Netherlands, so he was my driver here in the season. And I appreciate him being able to do all the races other than tonight where he had the connection issues. So, he's staying up till 3 a.m. in the morning, sometimes 5 a.m. in fact, on some of the races that went really, really long. So have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you. If you want to check out my Sunday racing. That will be, let me look at the calendar real quick. Our next race, calendar's not going to pop up, but it's going to be not this Sunday, but 2 weeks from that, or a week from that Sunday. And we'll be back here in December, and we'll be doing some other leagues here in October and November, most likely as well. All right, you take care of yourself out there, and be safe, and have a good one.